What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Jackson. We are just days away from the Indianapolis Colts' fate changing forever, and I say days away because I don't know what day this is getting uploaded, but it will definitely be before the draft powers here. And today I am joined by Decimator 13, the man who beat me in a 100-meter dash because he cheated. And today we are going to do a 7-round mock draft of each of our teams. Of course, if you don't know that I'm a Colts fan, I'm gonna do the Colts, he's gonna do the Bengals, and yada yada yada. That's why it says Colts and Bengals mock draft in the title. I'm sure you figured that out by now, but I forgot what I was gonna say for a second. Now here we go. So make sure you all subscribe to his channel. The link will be down there in the description. So you got anything to say?
I mean, hopefully you guys, we are not college football fanatics, too crazy.
No.
At least we are not analysts, so don't take these things too seriously.
No.
Because
especially the full mock draft video we did on his channel.
Yeah,
we did the whole first round.
We did the whole first round. It was pretty wild. And we don't watch college football like we do NFL.
Yeah.
So
we watch our teams and that's about it.
Yeah. So I don't outside of Ohio State, I really don't know many, and probably same for you, Notre Dame.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
except for the big name.
Yeah,
guys.
We obviously know Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson,
CJ Stroud. Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess since you got to go first on your channel, I'm going first here. So with the first round selection, I actually have us trading up with the Cardinals. I think we move up to 3 just to ensure that no one jumps us, and I think we probably send our pick and then a 3rd-round pick and maybe other things depending on what happens. And if this move does happen, I think it happens on draft night, but I do have us going with Anthony Richardson out of Florida, quarterback. He's going to be a project guy, but we've sucked for the last 2 years now. I'm willing to take a chance. There's a lot of Colts fans out there that want the safe pick, which is Will Levis. I'm wanting to take a chance here, and I think that the Colts might be taking a chance. And I know all the signs are pointing to Will Levis, and Chris Ballard said the other day that we're keeping everything in-house, and based on what he's heard, we're doing a pretty good job. So I'm leaning towards Richardson, so I think we're going to go Anthony Richardson, and I think Chris Ballard is going to be aggressive because I think he's on the hot seat.
Yeah. Just to lean on your pick, I know I'm doing a Bengals draft, but it's also with the Colts, they having the luxury of having Gardner Minshew, and who's younger, has been in a very weird position with Jacksonville, and also having Nick Foles, who's been around the league a while. Great team to just where Richardson doesn't necessarily have to start at first.
Yeah, I was gonna say that and didn't.
But for my first round pick 28, I thought about potential of with how the draft fell for me in my mock draft. I thought about the potential of trading, but realistically, I don't think the Bengals will trade. We don't do too many draft trades. But now that I say that, we'll probably be trading everywhere around this draft now.
Trade Joe Burrow for the first pick. Imagine.
But let's not, hope not now. But yeah, so pick 28, how it fell to me, I had both tight ends, Dalton Kincaid and Michael Maher, on the board. I thought about it. I felt like Michael Maher might fit us a little bit better, so that's what I took here. Because, as I said in my video, Duke Tobin, our GM, has talked about the way he's been talking. Sounds like he just wants best player available, and that's Michael Maher here.
Yeah, that's going to be a great pick, especially with a guy like Joe Burrow throwing him the ball. Michael Maher at Notre Dame had some very interesting quarterback play, to say the least. He had Ian Book, Jack Cohen, Tyler Buckner, and Drew Pine. So we'll see what happens, but I think that's going to be a great pick for the Bengals. And that's going to take me to my 2nd-round pick, which is pick number 35 for the Indianapolis Colts. So we get to pick pretty early on, pretty much in every round because we weren't good last year. That's how that works. I think that receiver is a big position of need on this team. We got Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce, but outside of that, there's not really a lot of talent there, and people call me crazy for saying that's talent, to be honest with you. I mean, I like the addition of Isaiah McKenzie, but I think that we're going to go with Josh Downs out of UNC. I think that we could very well play best receiver available. And the way this mock draft fell in my board, it was Josh Downs. So I think it's going to end up being Josh Downs out of UNC. But, I mean, whatever the Colts do, I'll be happy with in this pick. They can go really anywhere. I just think Josh Downs just because – receiver is a glaring position of need, and I think he could be very good in the slot.
For me, second round pick 60 overall. I have us getting more of a safety depth player just in case Daxton Hill isn't really the guy for the future. Maybe he's. I mean, being a Bengals fan, I can accept. I've seen a lot of first round busts. John Ross, Billy Price.
Yeah.
More to be said. So, I mean, if it does happen, Antonio Johnson, safety out of Texas A&M, he could either be very good. If he comes in and plays safety, he could be a sub, play sub linebacker. Great special teams guy. Either way, I feel like we'll utilize him very well, and he has a solid role in this defense.
Yeah. So, this is where the Colts draft gets a little weird since I have us moving up to 3 with Arizona. In this mock, we're not going to have the 3rd round pick, so the next pick for us is going to be the 4th round pick, which is pick 106, and I think we go Corey Trice out of Purdue. He's a cornerback. We need cornerbacks. We traded away Gilmore, and I think right now Isaiah Rodgers is the number 1 corner on the roster, which, I think he's a good player, but he's not a number 1. We don't have a true number 1 on the team right now, and we might not all year, so that could be a little bit of an issue, but I think that we're going to build towards the future on defense, and I think that this is going to be a hometown guy. It's really going to help out, so I think we're going Corey Trice out of Purdue.
For my 3rd round pick for the Bengals, I was kind of going between running backs here because I feel like this is where we will go running back because we're possibly losing Joe Mixon because if he doesn't want to pay if his legal situation gets bad, we're going to cut him. And then if he doesn't want to take a pay cut, he'll also get cut.
I thought you were about to just mention the contract. I ain't going to lie.
Sorry, I didn't know you wanted
You're good. But, I would have brought it up if you didn't. So.
So I feel like it's because we need money for Joe Burrow extension, Jamar Chase eventually, T. Higgins this year, Logan Wilson. There's so many extensions that you had. That's just part of drafting and just signing players in general and having players. This is where I have us taking Titus Spears out of Tulane. Great running back. Hopefully will blossom in the role we have, especially with beefing offensive line and having a great receiving core should take pressure off him first year.
Yeah. So my next pick is a 5th round pick, and the Colts got 3 5th round picks. So we're just going to start listing them off. I think this is where I'm going to get caught up to you a little bit. So I think that we're going to go back-to-back cornerback picks. I think we're going to get Eli Ricks out of Alabama. Alabama is always good. So there's really no reason there. I think, like I said, with the Corey Trice pick, we need cornerbacks really badly. So I think that we're going to double up and get those back-to-back picks and just build for the future in that. And, yeah.
So I think here at my 4th round pick, 131 overall in the draft, I have us just getting depth here. I'm getting Kobe Turner out of Wake Forest, defensive lineman. We have a good defensive line, but defensive line is a position you like to be able to rotate in, especially if there's injuries that happen. It is football. Something's going to happen eventually, so it's just great to be planning for those kind of things.
Yeah. So with my next pick is another 5th round pick, pick 162. I think that we're going to go Jordan McFadden out of Clemson. He plays tackle. Tackle has been a glaring need on this team ever since Anthony Costanzo retired a couple years ago. We tried to fix it with Eric Fisher. That didn't work. We tried 3 different tackles last year. That didn't work. I think we got something good in Reinman, but I think this could just be a depth pick if they want to give Reinman a chance. And if he sucks, we got another rookie to lean on. So I'm going to go Jordan McFadden just because we need tackle depth.
Then here's my 5th round pick for the Bengals. I have us taking Dorian Thompson-Robinson from UCLA, quarterback. More of a potential hopefully never jumping Joe Burrow. But
Yeah.
just more of a developing into a very solid quarterback too in emergency situations. Just great. Just it's always nice to have a decent backup, no matter what the situation is. And right now, I think Joe Burrow might be the only rostered quarterback. Brandon Allen's a free agent right now currently. I mean, not saying that we won't sign someone, but just the way it's looking, I feel like we might be drafting someone in the quarterback position. I feel like Dorian Thompson-Robinson is a great pick here.
I'm going to jump in here. I do actually like that pick for the Bengals. I did kind of question it when he first did it, but he explained to me why, and now I agree. And especially, like, it's going to be nice to have that, especially if you want to, you could implement him into the offense too. Maybe have him in to do quarterback runs, read option type of thing, just so Joe Burrow isn't getting hurt on those types of plays. So I think it could be a really good thing for the Bengals. And like you said, he'll be a good number 2 option, a good guy to come in the fourth quarter and just run the clock out and show off his skills, and could be potential trade bait if he develops into something good. So I really do like that pick. But my next pick is still in the 5th round for the Colts, 176. God, we have 9 total picks in this draft. Well, 8 because I traded 1 to Arizona, but in real life it's 9. So 176 is Anthony Johnson Jr., who is a safety out of Iowa State. A secondary depth. It's really just a depth draft pick. I don't remember if we have Rodney McClug under contract this season or not. I don't know if we do. So, and if we do, he's getting up there in age. So it's definitely going to help to try and bring in some young guys. I feel like that's going to be a really big thing, is just putting a lot of youth into this roster and being ready to compete in the future. So I think that's just going to be a good depth pick, and he can come to the team and learn.
Here I have my 6th round pick. 206 in the overall. I have us drafting Anthony Johnson, cornerback out of Virginia.
Different players.
Yep.
They're different players.
There's a lot of people similar to Anthony Johnson, Antonio Johnson, and then George Jr. They all play safety, and they play DB. So don't know what's up with that name, but good for them. But I think this is just more of a depth piece. So far, just having a great young guy. Right now, we've just been signing like depth on one-year deals for cornerbacks. So just have someone for around the building for multiple years is great.
Yeah. So I'm now moving into the 7th round, and this one's a little strange. So I got pick 221. I got us going Stetson Bennett, quarterback out of Georgia. I feel like, I don't know why we would do this. It's just, I was doing my mock draft. I saw him there. I was like, this is a good idea. I'm going to do it. Because, right now we have Gardner Minshew, Nick Foles, and Sam Ehlinger under contract. I feel like Nick Foles is going to be a June 1st cut, probably. I think Sam Ehlinger might be a practice squad guy. I think Stetson Bennett might just be a guy they draft for camp and then get rid of him later, kind of like what Jack Cohn was last year. Or maybe he impresses and makes his way up onto the roster, maybe as like a QB3 or the practice squad guy. We'll see what happens, but I think we go Stetson Bennett. I feel like Shane Steichen might like him a little bit, and I think Stetson Bennett has a potential to be a good starter in the NFL. He is older than most of the prospects, but I don't know. I just have a feeling he'd be good, so maybe having the Colts develop him a little bit could help, and then he could be a good trade bait later on. So it's kind of similar to why you took Dorian Thompson-Robinson, but I just like Stetson Bennett, so I decided to go with him with our first 7th round pick, and just because why not?
Yeah. For my 7th round pick and my last pick of my mock draft, I was taking linebacker Aubrey Miller Jr. out of Jackson State University. We use a lot of linebackers just throughout special teams, actual defense, all this other stuff. We have a couple linebackers that were on our team last year in free agency still. I think it's more of just what falls to us in the draft on who we'll bring back and who we won't. So I think we might take it's a 7th round pick, take a shot on Aubrey Miller Jr. It's very rare you find a superstar in the 7th round, so it's like just depth is really solid there.
Yeah. So with the final pick of this video, my final 7th round pick, pick 236, I got us going Jalen Marino Cropper, wide receiver out of Fresno State. I probably said that wrong, but that's neither here nor there. The same reason for Josh Downs, just to shore up the receiver room a little bit and just for some depth. And this could very well just be another training camp signing, or training camp draft pick. But if he's good, that's great. If it's not, it's a 7th round pick, so who cares? So I think we take a shot on a receiver here in the 7th round. And I don't know why I thought you were about to outro this. This is my channel. But yeah, that's basically it. Like Devin said, don't judge us too harshly. We are not smart people. We are NFL experts, not college experts. So yeah, and by expert, I mean we took a class in high school where we talked about sports. So that's expertise. So yeah, with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you follow everything in the description box, including Devin. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He makes some heat every 3 months. It's some heat, bro. And if this video is released before his, just wait for it. And if not, go enjoy that one. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.